Remembering President Bush. The life and legacy of George H.W. Bush. Is he the last leader of a kinder, gentler era? And 'tis the season to look gorgeous on View Your Deal. Plus, find out how to get in on the View's $5,000 holiday cash sweepstakes. Let's go! Hot topics are on the table with Whoopi, Abby Huntsman, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Meghan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Happy Hanukkah, by the way.
Happy Hanukkah.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
Oh, you love my pants?
Makes me want a candy cane.
Well, this is so that, you know how people sometimes say, oh, kiss my butt? You don't have to say that. In these, you can say, oh, lick my leg. You like my sweater?
I love the sweater. That's a cute one.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, y'all. Yeah. So America will spend this week saying goodbye to our 41st President, George H.W. Bush, who passed away at 94 this weekend. And the tributes have been pouring in from family and former presidents. And, you know, and looking at him as president compared to, you know,
it's a different time.
You know, it suddenly puts everybody in a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know, and it reminds us in a weird kind of way. Sorry, I still got the cold. How you can still not agree with somebody, but be respectful of somebody. And that's the thing I think I dug the most, is him rolling with Bill Clinton, you know,
he seems
taking
to be
care of business.
from a loving, kind place also, the man. That's what I'm gleaning from what they're talking about, that he was loving. You know,
he was also known for his humility as president, like, and he talked about it a lot, that he was there to serve the people. He's a combat veteran. He's actually our last combat veteran to ever serve. He lied about his age to join the military, the Navy, after Pearl Harbor. An incredible life of service to our country. He was a two-term congressman, ambassador to the UN, chairman of the RNC, United States envoy, director of the CIA, and 8 years as vice president, and then obviously became president himself. But his love story with Barbara Bush, more than anything, is what touched me. They did interviews up until just, I think, 2 years ago with Jenna, where they're crying about their love for one another, and he died 8 months after her, and I just think it's a really beautiful example of a life of service and a great love.
That's why this weekend, I felt like it was more of a celebration than anything else. It was a celebration of life, as you said, Megan, of marriage, of a life of service. They were married 73 years, and Jenna, his granddaughter, interviewed him recently on the Today Show, and he said when he dies, the first person he wants to see would be Barbara if she goes first, then his mother, and then his 3-year-old daughter, who you remember passed away of leukemia. What I love most about him is that he's a family. He was a family man, and he always put his family first. So you said he was the first envoy of China, and actually my family lived in the same home 35 years later that he lived in. And they still talk about him there today as being humble, as being funny. He was funny, and he was real. And I loved his relationship with the press, because we talk about that a lot on this show. And they were tough on him. It's not like they were easy on George H.W.
The press has been as tough as every president.
But he had such a respect.
Yes.
And the role he played. So I think much to learn his life, next generation. way that we do, well, the way we remember him, but I hope they learn from him.
I want to say one thing about him that was not picked up really, because as a candidate, he said, those who think we're powerless to do anything about the greenhouse effect are forgetting about the White House effect. And then he signed into law the Clean Air Act Amendment of 1990, one of the most sweeping environmental statutes ever. This president that we have now is trying to unravel everything that he did and Obama did. And if I ever become a one-issue voter, it will be about pollution and the greenhouse effect and the
we
fact
focus
that
on the president, please? I don't want to talk about Trump.
Well, I do
we're in
for a
the
second.
moment
So,
of, we're honoring a great president
Excuse me a
who's
second,
passed.
please. I wanted to talk about
We're honoring, but I'm not interested in your one issue